As per usual, I feel very happy to be here. Thank you. Thank you for that. And riding the dragon. I don't know where that image came from, but it came to me several days ago, and I kind of waited for something else to come out of it. I thought, well, this is PZI, don't I need a koan or something? And I don't know, the image just stuck with me, riding the dragon, riding the dragon, riding the dragon. And then the dragon will bring koans just like it brings everything else, but it's nice, riding the dragon. It's such a, I love the power of a simple image like that. And when you give it to the imagination, you let it take hold, it can just do all kinds of things with it, you know. So speaking of doing all kinds of things, I have something for you today that I think you will probably never have experienced in PZI ever before. Are you ready? I have for you a PowerPoint presentation. Oh, good. I can still see you on the side. I wasn't sure. I like to see people's faces I like to see your face when I'm talking to you. And I thought, oh no, I hope it doesn't crowd it out. Maybe I can make you even bigger. So I kind of tested this, but not a whole lot. All right, good enough. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Riding the Dragon, Mastering Uncertainty in 10 Easy Steps. Can you see okay? Everybody's like, you got just the big picture stuff? Yeah. Thank you, Meredith. Very good. Here we go. So, step 1, pay attention. I think you know that you're probably pretty good at this one by now, but never hurts to practice more. Dragons can make sudden, unexpected moves. It could be the lady in front of you in the checkout line. It could be a sudden diagnosis. It could be whatever. I was at the beach with my son the other day. It was like, oh, it was 4th of July. Oh, it's just gorgeous. We were down at the beach, and the waves were big, and they had carved out this little cliff that was maybe 3 feet tall in the sand, and then it whoosh, and it went down. And then when the big waves would hit, it would come up and whoosh, just the wash would wash through there. And so we were paying very close attention. And my wife said, I'm going to go sit over there. If you guys are going to be over here, you need to pay very close attention to him. And I said, don't worry about it. We're good. I'm a responsible adult, and we've got this. And so we were there for a long time and a long time and a long time and a long time. And what's kind of funny is I started having the feeling like, I think we've had enough. I think we should go take a rest. And then there was this guy body surfing in these giant waves. And I started looking at him. And then I started looking at the lifeguard. And then a big wave came. And I looked down at my son, and neither of us was paying attention. And it just whoosh, grabbed him. And I bolted after him, and I caught him, and it was fine. But he was pretty freaked out. So just like that, right? Just like that. Pay attention. My dad wrecked my mom's favorite car not long ago because he wasn't paying attention. That's how it's so quick, right? Oh, I'm just going along and oh, look, a bird, and then smash the whole front end. Done with. Oh, dragons can make sudden, unexpected moves. I don't have a lot of experience with PowerPoint, so we're gonna muddle through this together, I think. Did you know inattention accounts for up to 80% of all dragon accidents every year? Keep your eyes on the dragon. One of the things that meditation is helpful for is that it's like putting your mind in do not disturb mode. It just starts to naturally filter out the irrelevant information that's always trying to crowd in and push us around and stuff like that. And if there is irrelevant information, it starts to be less, I notice it starts to be less compelling. You just go, yeah, okay, yeah, that whatever that thing is. And so we start to separate. We start to be able to discern what is reality and what's the noise in the mind. You could say everything's reality, but you know what I mean? Right. all the stories you make up in your mind versus what's kind of actually happening right in front of you. And here's a big surprise. You might hear this again today, but meditation helps. Step 2, calm down. You're doing fine. Actually, one of the most helpful things that an ex-boss of mine said, she was an ex-Marine, big, tall woman, and she used to be a bouncer at like a Navy bar. She was a tough lady. We worked in a mental health crisis place, and so shit was always hitting the fan. And one of the most helpful things she ever said to me was, Jesse, I need you to calm the fuck down right now. I was like incredibly helpful. Wow. I went, oh, I could do that. And whoop, it must have been her like inner drill sergeant coming out or something. So calm down. You're doing fine. You can't fall off the dragon. You probably heard this from John Tarrant before, and probably other teachers as well. You can't fall off of it. You can't fall out of your own life. Whatever your current condition, the dragon is with you. Whether you've lost your identity, or you're losing your life, or you're trying to decide, should I get the roasted salted cashews or the honey roasted cashews? Whatever it is, the smallest moment, the largest moment, the dragon is always with you. One thing that helps, though, is don't make trouble for yourself. You probably have some idea, if you've been in the meditation space for long enough, you probably have some idea of the ways that you make trouble for yourself, right? Anybody have? Yeah, I see some nodding heads, some raising hands. That's good. Don't make trouble for yourself. Yeah, it's kind of a fun one. You know the tricks that your particular mind does that trips you up. I wrote here, this is my note. People create all sorts of trouble for themselves when they're whacked out on delusion. Start fights, argue about pickleball scores. It's true, people argue about pickleball scores. Who knew? Who knew anybody cared? Apparently people care. So here's a koan. I told you I'd bring some koans into it. Jing Ching asked a student, what's that sound outside the door? Go ahead, listen. Rain, replied the student. Jing Ching said, people are upside down. They delude themselves and chase after things. What about you? The student asked. I'm reaching not to lose myself, he replied. Just that, I'm reaching not to lose myself. I'm just trying not to make trouble for myself. That's all. I'm just trying to stay here in my own seat, wear my own pair of pants. And what's nice to know also is riding the dragon can be fun. Look at her. She looks like she's having a great time, right? We can have a great time with it too. I think that's one of the things that meditation helps with. Yeah. We start to have fun with somebody was doing this. I was talking to them the other day. Sometimes the dragon goes like this, and sometimes it goes like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy. But it can be fun, if you're really in it. If you're not trying to refuse it, it's actually quite fun. I started to have fun with an argument on the pickleball court the other day. And arguments are sometimes something that I have trouble with because I immediately want to fix everything and solve the situation and get people to stop fighting, or I feel threatened like somebody's going to come after me or something. And it's not, this is kind of fun. The promise is, this is Wu Men, his commentary about the koan no. If you break through the koan no, though you stand on the brink of life and death, which we always are, you enjoy the great freedom. In the 6 realms and 4 modes of birth, you live in the samadhi of innocent play. Who wouldn't want that? Peter Hershock, who wrote this wonderful book, Chan Buddhism, which is sort of one of our texts, I suppose, or one of our, he called it improvisational virtuosity, the old master's ability to play with the situation, to be in the situation and to play. We just had the Open Temple had the koan about the turtle-nosed snake. There's a turtle-nosed snake on South Mountain. And Lin Ji's response was to throw down his stick and like that. Improvisational virtuosity. Have fun with it. Have fun with your life, whatever it is. Did I already mention meditation helps with that? Meditation helps with that. Step 3, the dragon is a dragon. It is not a unicorn. It's just not a dragon. We do love unicorns. I don't want any unicorns out there to feel like we take any offense against them. We love them very much. But the dragon is not a unicorn. It's just a dragon. So you notice all the ways that the mind tries to make things otherwise is really just the thing. The dragon is as it is. Do not attempt to house train it. There is no litter box big enough for the dragon. Don't try to crate train it. There's not a crate big enough. It's not interested in your rules. It can't be lured by treats or, stopped by batting it on the nose with a newspaper. The dragon is the dragon. So to respect that, I think, is a huge thing that will keep us all out of trouble. And so really the thing is, don't try to make sense of it. We do this in all different kinds of ways. We anthropomorphize it. I know what the world's doing. It's doing this, which is, well, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this, which is actually just what I'm thinking. In psychology, we call that projection. And you don't have to do that. You can just let the world be itself. And let the world appear as itself. As simple as a flower, or a rhythm shaker egg, or as complex as international warfare. It is what it is. So you can stop bothering to try to read other people's minds. I like this little note. Sometimes I impress myself with my notes, playing social chess games with others. I notice I do that, and I hear that from a lot of other people too. Well, what I tried to do in this situation was I did this because I thought if I did this, then the other person would do that, and then I could do that, and then this would be the outcome. And just knock it off. Let the dragon be the dragon, which can be scary because it means put aside all your strategies for how you're trying to manage the situation. You must stay in your own seat and move from that place. If you're trying to move from someplace other than your own seat, you will make trouble for yourself. So I suppose this sort of points to the not knowing. Meditation helps. Step 4, stay close to the dragon. Just feel it. We have so many koans about feeling your way through your life, right? When my foot is not wet, it has found the stone. I have a way to bless poverty. Just feel your way along the wall. There's lots of other ones that aren't coming to mind. I didn't put them in my notes. But you get it, right? Just feel it. And once you've got that mastered, then just feel it. And there's something about, when you notice that our being is deeply woven into the universe, then the feeling becomes, it's like when we do, what is the sound of one hand? And then what is the soundless sound of one hand? So like, what is the feelingless feeling? How do you feel the dragon? What is the feelingless feeling? And then everything becomes feeling. Everything just appears in sound, colors, whatever it is. And there's a, I was about to say, it's kind of like riding a great beast. Oh, you mean like a dragon? Yes, I mean like a dragon. And people in leadership in session notice this, and probably if you've been paying attention and you've done leadership in any big project or program, or if you've been a participant in it, you can feel the way that you're carried along by it, right? Things happen that you hadn't necessarily anticipated, but there can be a kind of magic to it. And so just feeling it, the closer you get to it, the more you can work in harmony with it, which we'll get to later. And then the question, this wonderful question that I got from Allison Atwell some years ago that I'm still using is, what are you not including? What are you not including in your awareness? What are you not allowing yourself to feel, see, think, hear, smell, taste, touch, whatever it is? And usually it's right in front of our face. I have a little personal assistant that tries to it's my little shadow assistant who tries to push out of my mind anything that it thinks that I don't want to see. It's not very good. It only pushes it a couple inches out, but usually that's enough. But if you're paying attention, you can widen the field a bit. Oh, whatever it is that I'm not including is usually right here. Yesterday, I was getting really frustrated with my son, and he was just he was doing everything he could to make me mad. And I told that to my wife. It's like he's intentionally trying to make me mad. And she says, what does she say? Her turn of phrase, but basically, well, you've been on edge all day. I said, really? I had no idea. And then immediately some part of me wanted to go, no, I haven't. I was so calm and patient this morning when we walked to the farmer's market and it was hot and he needed to be carried home. Da, 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 da. But I just went, oh, yeah, I think you're right. I have been on edge all day. And then there's something incredibly freeing about that, to just recognize, oh, I've been on edge all day. And it wasn't necessarily that I had to stop being on edge, or there was a bad thing that I was on edge, or that I needed to, whatever it was. Oh, just including the being on edge and seeing it for myself. Woof. And suddenly I was more patient. You know how that works? You include something and suddenly it lessens the difficult thing, whatever it is. So the next thing, once you've mastered just feeling it and just feeling it, really just feel it. And a nice analogy for this is really anything that you do by feel, or that you learn to do by feel, whether it's surfing, pottery, music, feeling the breeze coming by in the morning or the afternoon. It's that thing about when you finally wake up, you will drink water and know for yourself whether it is hot or cold. The whole universe is just unfolding right before you. There's no mystery to it. It's just here. All you have to do is show up. The other fun thing you can do with it is celebrate it. Listen to it, watch it, talk to it, taste it, smell it, make art about it. Put different food colorings in it, and see what color it turns to. Put it in the freezer and see what happens. Tell it a story. Ask it a question. How does it respond? There's infinite ways you can be creative with the dragon, interact with it. And this is where the play comes in. You don't have to refuse what's happening. Oh, geez. Oh, I just realized this thing at the top of my screen says you can only host up to 99 participants. Get large meeting and increase the meeting capacity. So people stuck in the waiting room. Sorry. Celebrate it. Okay. Step 5. How are we doing on time? I feel like PowerPoint presentations really need to be longer than they need to be, or they're not a true PowerPoint presentation. Step 5. Ride the dragon the way it's going. Do not attempt to control the dragon. You notice how much energy it takes to try to manage a situation, try to manage other people. I can barely manage myself, let alone other people. And so what's it like to just go with it? Somebody told me, I made a serve on the pickleball court the other day and they said, out. Me and my partner looked at each other and went, that was not out. And I could see the other person's partner was shaking their head, but it's kind of more interesting just to go with it. All right, it was out. Great. Do not attempt to convince, persuade, intimidate, cheat, negotiate, wheedle, whine, complain, criticize, cajole, bribe, impress, overpower, or outsmart the dragon. It will not work. The dragon does not care. There's a great line from Star Wars, the real Star Wars, mind you, A New Hope, Episode 4. where R2-D2 and C-3PO are sitting there playing holographic chess with Chewbacca. They've just met Chewbacca. And R2-D2, the droid, is winning, and Chewbacca starts getting mad. And Han Solo says something like, I think you better let him win. And C-3PO says, well, why should we let him win? He's losing at the game. Why does nobody get upset? Why does nobody worry when a droid gets upset? And Han Solo says, droids don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. And that's kind of a great thing. I mean, I don't think the dragon's going to pull your arms out of your sockets, but it's like big and powerful, so screw with it. Try to get along. So here's a funny joke for you. Where does the dragon of the universe park its car? Everywhere. Or wherever it damn well pleases. Meditation helps with this. Step 6, trust the dragon. The dragon is on your side. And if you're ever like in a situation where you feel like you can't trust the dragon, you think, I don't know, I could trust the dragon yesterday, but today's looking pretty iffy. You can ask the question of the dragon, what treasure have you brought me? What is this? That's that great Zen question. What is this? What's going on in this situation? It's always with you no matter what. The birds, the clouds, the nighttime sky, the feeling of loneliness when your loved one parts for a while, whatever it is. Getting older, that's a big thing. That's a big thing for a lot of people. A lot of people getting older these days. Dragon is with you. Yeah. And so it's nice to know that the universe is accompanying you through everything. There's no time that it is not there by your side. And of course, meditation helps with this. Step 7, let go and hold on. Once again, you can't fall off. Also, you can't hold on. So join Team Reality. That's the thing, yeah. Kind of fun. When you're on the side of reality, it's like joining if you're running a small business, you got to do everything yourself. And then you join a big firm, all of a sudden you have like all these resources that you have a marketing person, you got a social media person, you got a receptionist, you got an employee snack bar, all these resources. That's kind of like when you're on the side of reality, the whole universe is available to you. And so the inverse is also true, that if you feel like, oh, I'm totally stuck and I have nothing and the whole universe is against me, that probably means that in some way you are working against reality. And so it's helpful to notice, oh, where am I stuck? Again, what am I not including? And so the koan for this one is, go straight on a narrow mountain road with 99 curves. How do you go straight on a narrow mountain road with 99 curves while riding a dragon? Meditation helps. Step 8, don't find fault with the dragon. Some of the ways we do this. This dragon is broken. I got the wrong dragon. Timmy's dragon is better than mine. I suck at riding dragons. You suck at riding dragons. Someone stole my dragon and now I have this dodgy one. If only my parents apologized for the way they raised me. Whatever it is. Meditation helps. So that's that thing that John Terrence says quite a bit about. You don't have to find fault with your condition. It's not that it's not hard. But it doesn't have to be wrong. You don't have the wrong life. Just a quick review. Step 2, calm down. You're doing fine. Wherever you are, calm down. You're doing fine. Meditation helps. Step 9, stop thinking you know what the dragon will do next. Dragon brains are weird. Nobody has figured them out yet. And so that goes back to the thing about dragons make unexpected turns and twists. You can't predict them. Not a bad thing to be prepared if you can, but it just goes back to stay close to the dragon, have a relationship with the dragon, listen to the dragon, and then whatever move it makes, you'll be right there with it. Or if you're not, then you'll tumble around and you'll get skin knees and you go, oh, I see what I did there. 1 + 1 = rhinoceros. So this is Charlie. He's going nuts trying to understand something that's beyond his understanding. That's where we get conspiracy theories, whether they're about the government or aliens or just our next door neighbor. I know they're not trimming the trees that hang over my lawn because they want to get back at me for not picking up my dog poop or whatever the thing is. I hope my mother-in-law is not on here. She does this funny thing where she'll go and she'll peek out the blinds and she'll go, I know the neighbors have been watching us. Maybe so. Maybe so. So what happens when we try to understand something that's way beyond our understanding? We get upset. So give it up. Like, it's all right. It's okay not to know. It's good not to know. We like not knowing. Somebody said this great joke. The meteorologist is the only job where you can be wrong like 75% of the time and still have a job. So let's be like a meteorologist. We can keep our job, but we can be wrong all the time. It's all right. Oh, yeah, meditation may or may not help. I don't know. We got to leave some uncertainty, so try it out for yourself. I don't know why I put this in here. It's just for review. Instead of trying to figure out the dragon, you can just stay close to it. Step 10, you can take writing lessons. We have some excellent dragon writing instructors here at Pacific Institute of Zen, Pacific Zen Institute. And it's kind of like when I was in AA, they used to say a sponsor's job, a sponsor's kind of like a mentor. The sponsor's job is to put your hand in God's hand or in your higher power's hand, or it's just to do that so that your higher power can take it from there. I'd say being a Zen teacher is kind of like just putting your hand in the dragon's hand, like helping you to feel it. There's not really much that we can teach, but we can point things out and be helpful about it. You might want to put your foot in the stirrup before you try to get up, that sort of thing. Step 11 is a big secret. And because you paid your $500 entry fee up front today, you get this very special patented secret, which is the dragon is you. There you go. Don't tell anyone outside this program, though. It's also the universe and everything else, but it's you. Let me see how we're doing on time here. I think I'm getting kind of tired of running my mouth. Well, I don't know. Let's see. There's some viewer correspondence here. I think I'd like to save that for later or maybe never. Close it up for now. Oh, man. Thank you for letting me do that. I feel like that was like like I released all the trauma I've gathered from all of the corporate PowerPoint presentations I've been subjected to over the course of my life. Now what? Usually I make a practice of not knowing what I'm doing in my talks, and then it's great. I just have no idea what's going to happen, and we ride through it. But I put so much time and effort into this PowerPoint. Now that we're off the PowerPoint, like, oh shit, we have 30 more minutes. So it'll take Amanda like 2 minutes to sing the 4 vows, and then maybe we can do another 10 minutes of meditation. It's kind of great. But actually, what I would really like, well, first of all, I'd like to apologize to Michael. I did that thing that I was talking about earlier about I sent him these chat messages because I said, Michael, I can't hear you playing. I thought his microphone must not blah, 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 blah. And so I spoke into the room and then I realized, oh shit, it was my speakers that were messed up. I couldn't hear him playing because my speakers were messed up. So there's that thing about, I know what's going on here. No, you don't. And it's so much more fun just to not, you know? I mean, if you do legitimately know what's going on, then good for you. If you're like the rest of us. So I have all these, I did these silly, emails from listeners things, but that doesn't really feel very alive. And they don't feel alive because I wrote them. But I actually if anybody's got questions or comments, put your little Zoom hand up and I'd love to hear from you. And if you don't, then it's back to the PowerPoint. James Anthony. Oh, how do I get out of this thing? Oh, shit. How do I do this? Oh, here we go. Finger pointing at moon department. Link to 10-step beginning dragon riding PowerPoint, or is there a small upcharge? Oh, you want more PowerPoint? See me after. We can discuss that. You want to download the PowerPoint? Is that what you want? Yes, that'll be a small upcharge. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? What do you notice about? I mean, if anything I said was unclear, then that's probably fine. But if you'd like more clarification, that's fine too. But also, what's it like for you? What's the dragon for you in your life that you're riding right now? Feels like you're riding well or not riding well, or the dragon that you refuse to ride, or whatever it is. Yeah, Chris Johnson.
Yeah. It's what appeared for me out of your presentation was the I don't know, your Marine drill sergeant there comment of everything's calm the fuck down. And for me it reminded me of a time in the Navy getting used to stand so as part of watch standing, one of the things you do at drills is you're getting trained in this particular site. We're running drills and phone talker kind of thing and maneuvering, and so everything from the space for this drill is coming in, and it's all in this because it's all sound powered phones. It's awful if you've never used it before, and too much is coming in. And the way I described it is I shut down in a mental fetal position, and it reached a point where so much got out of sync because everything was coming through there and I wasn't relaying anything to anyone that they shut the entire drill down, kind of thing. And afterwards the guy asked, what happened the rest of that? And it's just like, I don't know. But because it was too much, what he kind of said, he's like, you can tell people to wait. And that changed my whole that's been this ongoing thing for me my whole life, because what's alive right now is this whole the way is easy if you just don't pick and choose. Because wait for me has now kind of become this whole not quite an act, not quite a choice of don't know, but wait is not yes and not no. It's just I don't know. And I could hear that thing coming in of like, no, you have to choose, this pressure to do whatever, or waiting is a choice. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And so what's alive in the immediate is, the car yesterday coming back, started up, all the lights are blinking kind of thing. It's like brake lights blinking, check engines on, cruise control, ABS, all this, but the car runs fine. And so I have this car that is insisting that it's broken, but it runs fine. And so it's sort of, what are you going to do about it? It's like, I don't know. I want to drive home, and it's fine. And so yes, I'm waiting.
Well, that's great. Thanks, Christopher.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's so funny. Like improvisational virtuosity might just be saying, "Hold on, I can't." Yeah, isn't that great? Like how hard it is for me to say no to somebody. Like that's a huge breakthrough for me to say no. A breakthrough for you to say, "Wait, that's too much." Or it's amazing, isn't it? It seems like such a small thing, but it's really not. Like there's no comparison about what's a big thing and what's a small thing, because it's whatever position it occupies or whatever amplitude it is in your own life, it's just that. Just like when people try to compare their suffering, they go, "Well, you have it much worse than I do," or whatever, or "I have it much worse than you." Well, you have whatever you have, and saying wait is really difficult. And that's that great thing about what am I not including? Um, I'm not including the possibility that I could say wait, including the possibility that whatever that I could when I'm tired I could just take a nap instead of pushing through or whatever the thing is. That's great. Oh man.
And then anything can happen in that.
Yeah, that anything could happen. Yeah, that's the Bodhisattva with going in with thousands of hands, and each one has a different tool in it. The whole universe is at our. That's what so much of Zen is about. The whole universe is at our disposal in a way. I mean, if we're in harmony with it, then we have access to so many resources that we didn't think we had. Thanks, Chris. I see Eleanor's got her hand up, and then we've got some people in the chat. We'll get to after. Go for it, Eleanor. Where are you?
That was a fun talk, Jesse. Thank you very much. And it reminds me of an interaction I had with a dragon the other day, and it was somebody else's dragon. I was leaving Whole Foods, and this mother with her two small sons were crossing the parking lot, and she sat them down the picnic bench right next to where I was unlocking my bike. And I guess one of the kids had had a tantrum, and she said, "You can't throw yourself against a car just because you don't like something I said." And I just love it. I went all the way home on my bike repeating that mantra. You can't throw yourself against a car because you don't like something I said. And it was so appropriate because I had just thrown myself against a car that week because of something that happened accidentally. And I thought that was a really good dragon saying. So thanks, Jesse.
Is that like throwing yourself against the car? Is that like you're going to hold your breath till you turn blue kind of thing?
All of those things, whatever when you respond poorly to reality, that you cause yourself more suffering than if you just let it happen.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we all know the ways that we do that, or we don't know the ways that we do that, but it might be good to know the ways that we do that. Yeah, and to your point, like all the extra chaos, that's the making trouble, right? All the extra chaos that causes. Yeah, I remember like, I don't know, I remember this one time that was actually probably about 500 times when I wanted to say something to somebody, but I didn't want to offend them. And so I kind of danced around it and kind of said this other thing and then outright denied that I was meaning what I actually meant and then said this other thing. And the situation got so convoluted that the other person got mad at me anyway. It's like if I just said what I wanted to say, might not have been, then I would have at least deserved the beatings that I got in response. Yeah. Throwing myself against a car. So Sarah B says, my current dragon on Thursday, the first CT scan since the surgery 4 months ago for lung cancer to see what's happening. If anything, now worrying about it isn't likely to change reality. It's true. It's not likely to change reality, but worrying is here. And that's one of the ways that the mind tries to get a hold of things, you know. It worries, it explains, it blames, it criticizes, it comes up with strategies. And I don't know, I'm sure there's really good skills out there for getting yourself to worry less. But I don't know. I think we can just include it. It's here. And what's it like when I make a place for it? Make a place on the. Here we go. I will make a place on my altar for your worry. There you go. Well, it's kind of nice. Make a place for it, even if it's a small place. And if you can't have a place for it in your life, then I'll have a place for it in mine. Scary thing, though. My current dragon, this is Ellen Fox. My current dragon, gastritis pain and intense anxiety. Of I know that one. Gastritis is no fun. They go together. I'd like to buck off. Pain, right? Yeah. And that's the thing, like life does hurt sometimes. There's no way around it. First noble truth, right? Shit happens. Life hurts. We struggle. And that's a real thing. And I think, I don't know, one of the strengths of our path is that we don't pretend that it's not so. Or that there's a way to not make it so. I think our thing is, yes, it is difficult, and also, and also, and also. And how can I not defend myself against the grace of the universe? That's trying to carry me in all the ways that it does, whether it's the cardinal singing at sunup or the smell of the eucalyptus leaves or my friends or having a meditation practice or whatever it is. And when it hurts, it hurts. Let's see here. Thanks, Jesse. This is from Barbara Lamb. Thanks, Jesse and Christopher. Riding a dragon of health. Lots of health stuff here. And feeling the pressure to choose and wanting to just wait because I feel fine. Pausing until the path is clear. My path is clear. Today's call is reminding me that I get to make the choice again. Nice. That's the thing. I was just talking to a friend not too long ago, and she was talking about being in a leadership position, kind of a higher leadership position than she'd ever been before. And she felt like somebody had done something wrong that was endangering other people. And she felt what she called, I think, a white hot sword come up in her, like to just cut off the head of the person who is endangering other people or endangering the situation that they were in. And she went, "Oh, I'm just not sure about this." I'm just not sure about wielding this sword. And so she sat with it, and she went and lied down with it, and she carried it around for a while. And then it turned out that the situation had been unclear. She'd gotten some kind of mixed up information. And so as the situation became more clear, the white hot sword started to soothe and be soothed. And the person who she thought was endangering the situation actually was a big misunderstanding, basically. And so there's something about that. There's a koan about the action, feng shui, and the action of the iron ox. And one of my favorite lines in that is, the Buddha's law and the sovereign's law are the same. You have to decide when it's time to decide. Otherwise, you invite chaos. And so sometimes the thing is to cut somebody's head off. Sometimes the thing is to put your sword away and go take a nap for a while. And I don't think there's any way to just make your way through that. There's no way to know your way through that, I should say. Just feel the dragon, feel the dragon, feel the dragon. And you get to, I'm sure I'm speaking to the choir here, preaching to the choir, but you start to get a sense of not just it's not about the right action, but who is doing the action. Yeah. What's that story about that? I can't remember it. So the thing about if I were to cut somebody's head off in uncontrollable rage, it wouldn't be the right thing. There'd be karma attached to that, and I'd be making trouble for myself. I'd be making trouble for everybody. But if you're going to cut somebody's head off and it feels clean, and there's not rage there, and there's not spite and blame and trying to make somebody wrong, that might very well be the right move. So it's a thing about that. Not sure if that was very clear, but that's what I got. Let me see here. I think that's all the volunteers we have for the moment. Anyone else with their hand up? Great. Tess Beasley, do you want to say anything?
Sure. Couple things maybe I was playing with as you were talking. Your PowerPoint was a kick. Where the line of inclusion appears, because nothing else is a dragon but your meditation window. That becomes a dragon. And you think, oh, it's not going where I thought, or it's going differently than I thought, and I was sitting in a different space because we've had company, and I was sitting and I thought, okay, I can include the plane, I can include, gunshots, I can include crows, I can include, I had this whole list, and then there were a few things that appeared that I thought, no, I can't include someone clicking their mouse. I can't include, whatever I can hear. And I thought, oh, well, then what am I not including about what it's like to sit where I'm sitting? Oh, it doesn't quite work. And so I was playing with also, when does one act and when does one actually just fall into or continue to include or something like that. And I don't think there's ever a right answer, actually. That's what was so interesting. But I can notice it in a certain Herculean energy that can appear in myself that thinks I can push through, or I can handle this, or I can, and that's usually not a great sign. And this is the other dragon that's been in my life this week, because this is a cat who has been spayed, who has somehow come into heat, and pretty much for an entire week has been howling. So the whole house howls and howls and howls and howls and howls. And let's see if I can. All week, this is how it goes. And it's been interesting to just watch in my mind. There are times I can include it no problem. No matter what is going on, I can include it. And then there are times where I just think I'm going to go mad. The whole house is going to go completely mad. And again, it somehow comes down to, can I include everything that's happening in the situation, including what might be going on in me, including what might be going on, and then the action or what's needed will start to become clear the wider that gets. So I don't know. I think that's what I got. But it's a good dragon life, I think.
Yeah, thank you. That's what a great term. The line of inclusion. Yeah, that's great. It's like we're at the boundary between North Korea and South Korea or something. It's wonderful. Michelle Riddle, are you still here? Do you want to say something? There you are.
Hey. Yeah, so that thing about action, not action, and riding the dragon, but you're the dragon, was kind of what I was been thinking about here too. I also just want to say, I really love the move that you made of making space for Sarah's worry on your altar. Oh. And that was a very it's, we think, oh, I have to do something. What do I have to do? There's something being asked of me. And often we're really constraining our idea of what we can do to respond to the situation. And that's that. So sometimes waiting is helpful and something will appear. But I thought that was a very nice response to that. But that thing about how there's no rules for really knowing the right move, and you just have to feel it. And I'm just going to say a quick story, like for this weekend, in terms of betraying my own dragon. Yesterday, I had been planning to go help my dad, which is usually an all-day affair. And then his girlfriend said she was going to come visit, so that was off of my to-do list. And I had this wonderful weekend where I was going to get all kinds of things done. And then yesterday at 7 a.m., she says, well, actually, I'm not coming. Maybe I'm going to come next weekend. So I decided I would go down there. And I had a lovely time. It was actually fun and helpful, and I really enjoyed myself. And it took all day. And I got up today and I felt like, oh, I lost a day. I lost a day yesterday. And you look at that, I'm like framing it as though, oh, I'm supposed to do everything and I can do everything. And there's this one way of seeing my life where it was going to have this weekend and these certain other things were going to happen. And I'm completely denying my experience of the day before. And so to me, that's a kind of piece of the inclusion. Like, I did that. That's what the dragon did. It's okay. That's what I got. And again, whatever our efforts are, I loved also the thing about the cat spayed that's howling, because somebody tried to stop the cat. It's a reasonable thing, and action was taken. It was a good action, most likely. And the cat went into heat, So there's that. So anyway, that's it. Thanks.
Maybe we'll add that to our miscellaneous koans. Stop the spayed cat from going into heat. Let's sit for a couple minutes just to. Thank you, Michelle. I did get one email. Hola, Jesse. Thank you for guest hosting tomorrow and for the opportunity to ask a question. My nonviolent communication, well, it's NVC, I assume that's nonviolent communication practice group, has acceptance as the theme for our Sunday evening group. What are your thoughts around this in these interesting times? That's a great question. Acceptance. And speaks to what Tess and Michelle were talking about. Where is the line of inclusion? What's the right action? And I think what I notice is that acceptance is a natural result of meditation, although it's not always in service of what we think we want it to be in service of. And it's something that the dragon brings to us. It's not something we do or achieve or create ourselves, just when we're here, and you can feel it right now, just for the next minute or two. Feel when you're just here. And then there's space in us for everything.